Hey, Jared.
Hey, Josh.
Why did the journalist cross the road?
To get the scoop, to get the story on the other side. I don't know.
To get murdered.
Okay.
That wasn't my real one.
Okay.
That was just on the spot thinking of like this movie.
Yeah.
So this is the real one. Why are gas stations in dystopian movies always empty?
Why are gas stations
in dystopian movies
movies.
always empty?
I don't know.
Because apparently the end of the world is sponsored by Tesla.
Probably is, honestly.
Hey, welcome back to Screen Time Film, a podcast where we review a director's filmography in chronological order. Currently discussing Alex Garland's films. So, Jared, did we just drive through a time portal?
Maybe. It's possible.
So for those of you that haven't aren't familiar with us, my name is Josh, and this is my co-host Jared.
Josh, what kind of American are you?
American.
Right.
All right, so today we are discussing Civil War. This came out in 2024, so just last year.
Mm-hmm.
Rated R, an hour and 49 minutes. I would like to note, I feel like his film's just inching a little bit longer each time.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
Getting close to the 2 hour mark, yeah.
In a dystopian future, 4 journalists travel across the United States during a nationwide conflict. While trying to survive, they aim to reach the White House to interview the president before he is overthrown. So this is directed by Alex Garland, also written by Alex Garland. Cinematography again by Rob Hardy. And then composers again are Jeff Barrow and Ben Salisbury. I still don't know how.
I don't know either.
Salisbury. I don't know.
Sure.
Production costs. What do you think, Jared? What's your guess?
I put down. I mean, this one has to be more than the last one, so I put 50 million.
Right on the nose.
Yes. I was hoping I'd get one right soon because it's been a while since I did. But I knew it had to be more than last time.
Yeah, significantly more though. Those other films were pretty low budget. Especially last one. Last one was not much.
Especially last one, but yeah, overall I figured there was seemed like there'd be a bigger budget on this one.
Again, no Academy nominations or awards.
Okay.
Which is interesting because he started off strong.
Yeah.
Both films had at least some nominations and wins, those first two. I know Ex Machina had a win. I'm trying to remember, I don't know if off the top of my head. But then the last film didn't get any nominations or wins, and this one did not.
No. Annihilation did.
At least definitely had a nominations. I can't remember if it had any wins.
I don't think
probably.
It did.
Maybe, at least
I don't think it had any wins.
Okay, maybe not.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I believe devs, which would be for TV, but I think that had some nominations.
Yeah,
too.
Emmy stuff.
Yeah, Emmys. Yeah.
All right, our talent: Nick Offerman, Kirsten Dunst, Stephen McKinley Henderson, Kaylee Spaney, and then Sonia Mizono.
Yeah.
And that's all I got. Did you anybody else?
The main guy also.
He's not somebody I'm familiar with.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I didn't
he's just in Dope Thief.
Never saw Dope Thief.
Really? Oh, I thought you watched some of it. No? He was in something else too, but yeah. No, that's about it. besides Jesse Plemons for only one scene, but I have a note about that when we get to it.
I thought that was him,
Oh yeah,
but then I didn't
Just-
see it
just
in
the
the
one
cast
scene?
list. Yeah.
he might not even be credited in
Yeah.
this.
All right. So, had you seen this film before?
No,
Okay, me neither.
I've been meaning to see it. I know we covered it on Base for Waste
Oh, yeah.
when it came out.
So, what's your overall thoughts?
So, this film had a very visceral feel to it for me. And I think it's cool that it had the feeling of like a road trip movie, which was a cool idea for it. And I really liked it overall. I also, though, can see it being very divisive to a lot of people, which I think when it came out, it was.
Okay.
I think we might have even talked about it a little bit when it came out. Maybe that's why it didn't get any
Yeah. I don't know.
nominations. I don't know, but I liked it, especially the last 20 or so minutes of the film. I really liked. What about you?
Found it okay. So,
Okay.
I really liked the performances,
Yes.
and I liked some of the scenes and set pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But what I didn't care for was like the overall story. I feel like it was very just like, I don't know, like I really didn't buy into Kirsten Dunst's characters, like just motivation and just kind of was, and then even the other guy, I don't even forget his name because I don't,
Yeah.
the young girl I liked, and I thought that felt authentic and like kind of heard, which is, she's the surrogate for the audience kind of, because she's the one that's not familiar with what's going on and kind of, but, and then the other guy, the Sammy, like,
Yes.
yeah, I liked him.
Yeah, me too.
But the other is just like, I know she's supposed to be playing like a jaded photojournalist, but just, I don't know, just didn't work for me.
Mm. Yeah, she's very jaded and
Like I
just
really
rough around the edges.
like when spoilers,
yeah.
but when she dies at the end, I really didn't care.
Yeah.
and that was kind of
that moment, yeah, I didn't really
and I was like,
care for too
okay,
much.
you messed up something here. If I didn't care that she died.
Right, because you do care when Sammy does.
Yes, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get into some of the story details. I think the opening and the scenes in New York City, thought that stuff worked really well. I loved the just how well it made you disoriented, the way they played with the sound design when like when they're taking pictures versus like stuff that was happening in the action and the
Yes.
violence. All that stuff really worked really well.
I agree.
So like I thought to me it started off strong, like in that
Yeah.
sense. Like I was like, okay, this is gonna be kind of interesting, and then, but then if you don't really, one of the main characters doesn't, like, you don't really connect with, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, and I agree with you because I like everyone else in our kind of main group road trip more than her, for sure. Yeah. This kind of goes to what you're talking about, the way it's even the start. Well, actually, kind of the whole way through the film, but the way the film is edited in general, I think is really cool, and it keeps you on the edge because it's like it'll just quickly cut to, like you're talking about, taking photos, but then it'll cut to like an explosion or a gunfire, like out of nowhere. So, I really like that, the way they chose to edit the film.
think I don't know what you got, but like I like the gas station scene. I thought that was good tension builder, kind of, but also like kind of like a realism. I don't know. It's all moral tension and like the guys like hanging there and like that stuff. And I thought that scene and that whole setting kind of worked well from that standpoint.
It's a good world building scene because you're seeing just how what the stakes are in America in this moment, because they're just stopping off at somewhere random. They don't know. It's not like some big destination they're stopping off at. This is just some random gas station on their trip. And to see what all they did just in this one area is, it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, kind of it's good. Next kind of stuff that I wrote notes about was the combination of like the guys coming after them, and then it being like, I guess, the one guy's friends, and then which leads to then the scene where they, get ahead of them and then get taken by where your quote came from. And
yes,
yeah, Jesse Plemons is, I think, that scene was pretty intense and
for sure.
Well done for the just not knowing what was going to happen, which I think that they did a good job of kind of, because you do see people dying, and so I think you really,
no one has plot armor.
Doesn't seem like it. I mean, technically, I guess, our main young woman does, but like,
yeah, it doesn't really feel that way.
Doesn't feel that way.
No, because so many other people die. Yeah. Once we do meet Jesse Plemons, though, it's because he is only in that one scene. And yeah, I mean, even just the way he delivers the line of the quote that I have, I think is so great. I remember it when I first saw the trailer to this film. That was like one of the lines that really stuck out to me. And the scene, he just, I think, absolutely crushes it in the scene. And I thought he was going to be in it more just because I remember seeing him in the trailer. So I was like, oh, cool. But no, that's it. Then he gets ran over into the ditch of all the other bodies. But yeah, I just thought he was amazing in this scene.
Yeah, well, and the whole, like I said, the whole scene, the tension that he builds in for this is, it's done well, like that stuff. And
it was my favorite scene, I think, of the film, besides the final 20 minutes or so, just because it gets amped up so much more for that last 20 minutes. And so that's my other probably favorite part of it, is those two moments. But that's why I'm mentioning the final 20 minutes is, I think, are amazing. And even the way it ends, which we can talk about, I think it's really great too, and unexpected the way they end it. But this whole film is kind of unexpected, at least from even just the trailer when I remember seeing it. And I guess it's kind of more normal now because the previous film Alex Garland did was so different and unexpected too. So like he's kind of staying away from sci-fi now, I guess. I don't know. He has a lot of other ideas, I guess. Because then I believe our final film is a little more closer to this kind of thing, it seems, too. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then we get, like you said, the final just 20 minutes or whatever it is, but basically the approach
Yeah, and
to
leading
DC
up.
and then leading
Mhm.
up to then the president, of course. And I think this is the other part that bothered me is like her suddenly being paralyzed, kind of with like PTSD or something, and then once they're there,
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst's character,
Yeah.
and I also felt like I was like, what? Like she's so jaded, and then now all of a sudden she's, it's like now she cares, like
Mhm.
it's like I don't know, it just didn't track for me. It just fell off again.
Yeah. I could see that for sure. I mean, she definitely was the one I think I liked the least in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I agree with you there for sure.
I think they do intentionally, right? Like a good job of kind of not really portraying. I mean, don't really know which side's, I'm going to say, right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a little bit of like, okay, the president's kind of still staying there, even though he's, I guess, past his term or something. They said, I can't remember.
Yeah.
So like, just you're like, okay, well, that's not, that's not supposed to happen. So something, but like in general, it seems like they do a good job of like not getting to the weeds of really what one side is for and what's one side's against and whatever, and just kind of so you really don't know. And even when they come across people, they're kind of just like, well, we're here just to document. And
yeah.
so it does a good job of kind of like not trying to tell you which side you should be rooting for. And,
Yes.
And then also not really giving you enough information for you to really feel like one side should win over the other.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to this end part and they're kind of storming the White House, which also, I don't want to keep harping on a character, but like, and then when she's she's the one that knows that is still inside and not any of the cars.
Oh, right.
And you're just like, really? Again, like
Is that explained why she's the one that knows?
I think it's the problem. They just assume that they've built this character up enough that you're going to believe that she is smart enough to figure that out.
Mm.
And I didn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that was.
No, to kind of echo your point, it's very good the way Alex Garland does it for this film. It's like he does to where like it's a very political film, but also not at all, because it's not like one side or the other. It's not like, it's not even throwing like a bunch of liberal stuff in this film or a bunch of conservative stuff, Democrat or Republican. Like there's not really much of that in it, which I think was a good choice on his part for sure to do it that way. But it's still a civil war in America, which I have a note about in themes and messages, but like it's definitely something that could happen.
Yeah.
So.
And then, like you said, kind of the end where they get him at gunpoint, and of course, our interview guy wants him to say something, get a comment.
Yeah, I like this line.
Yeah, and then what does he say? I don't remember how the actual line is.
He wants to get a comment from the president, and I believe the president says something like, "Please don't kill me, or I don't want to die."
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh yeah, that'll do," for a comment. I thought that was great the way that all that dialogue was.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was good. And then, but then they have him, and then they just shoot him. Yeah. Multiple times, and
that's in the movie too. Like, there's not really anything after that.
End of the movie, she gets the photos of it happening.
Yeah,
And yeah, so it's kind of interesting. Just, yeah, I guess assumed that's the ending of the Civil War. So then that's the end of the film. And I guess
Yeah, I mean, we don't know though. Is that the end of the Civil War? Though?
We don't know.
Yeah.
And then I guess, our main young lady has her full story arc of like, she got to be mentored by one of her heroes, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then even be saved. And then Kirsten Dunst's characters kind of saved her from getting shot. And, again, it's kind of a little silly, that whole situation. You're like, okay. But then she like got this famous shot, probably, because that's probably if this was a real history thing happening, that photo of them be
memorialized.
Yeah. She would have taken one of the most famous photos of the decade, probably,
for sure. Yeah.
If not long, broader. So,
I thinking about it because like I said, it was unexpected the way they ended this film, but I liked it. And then I was thinking about it to last film, and let's see, a little bit in Annihilation and Ex Machina too. So I would say in all of Alex Garland's films, but especially in this one, it seems like there's like a commonality with the ending of all his films of like a little bit of nihilism and indifference. Because then I was looking back on the other ones too. I was like, there's a little bit of that in the end as well of all these.
Yeah.
Especially this one. But, which also leans into what we already mentioned, where not leaning it any political way, but just showing what can happen to America. And but also ending the film to where it's like, I don't really have a good, he doesn't really have a good answer for it either, or like one solution to it as well, right? So, and I see a little bit of that in all of his films, which is interesting. So
yeah, that's a good point. Any other?
No, that was my last thing with.
All right, well, let's get into cinematography.
Yeah.
The first thing I want to note is, the non-use of anamorphic lenses.
Oh,
they're definitely using spherical lenses on this, and then using it at full 16:9, which a lot of films are not. Even if they are using spherical lenses, they a lot of times crop them a little bit more, so the aspect ratio is a little bit more extreme. Most of the time, that's because they're shooting in anamorphic, which makes it that way anyway. But, yeah. So I
don't know if I noticed a difference.
Well, I mean, it's again just like a lot of things. You shouldn't have to notice it, but it affects things subconsciously. And so one of the things, it makes it feel a little bit more, documentary-ish, like more real-ish. Like it's kind of just got this, because it's, that type of lens is going to be what you would, anything news or that related would have been filmed with a spherical lens and been at least, full, just 16:9. So I think some of those choices are for that reason, for like the tone they wanted to go for.
Nice.
And then they also, along those lines, a lot of the way they framed shots. Of course, there's some handheld work a lot that makes it feel like, there's just a documentary kind of camera following these people.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Yeah, and a lot of times. So, I think they're good, strong choices for the subject matter, what you're trying to do.
Definitely, because if this was really happening in the U.S., that's how it would be. There would be just someone with this crew filming it this way. Yeah, so that was a cool choice to do it that way. My only note with this is just there's some pretty crazy, like, creative imagery at different times throughout the film. The one that stuck out to me the most was, I think, at the very beginning, where it's just like a shot really quick of someone just sitting stationary, just completely on fire. I think it was at the beginning of the movie, but there was different examples of this throughout that really stuck out, and just some cool, I mean, also sad or scary imagery as well, or just like, but felt very real, and back to the point of there's a visceral nature that I felt to this film that felt real, which I know obviously that's what they would be going for with this film. So yeah, just some cool imagery throughout.
Yeah. Also like the kind of the bleak establishing landscape shots, which is where probably some of this budget went to.
Yeah.
Build these like, and this kind of also the lack of visual effects, at least of anything that felt visual effects. I mean, I'm sure there were some, but like it felt very real and grounded in all the things that you're seeing. And, you know, even if they are not things you want to, or not attractive looking things, or, but I think they did a great job of that, which also helps sell the realism feel of it. And
that's a great point, because there was nothing I saw, even though
I'm sure there's
plenty. Nothing looked like CG to me. Yeah, which is impressive. Especially the end, where there's so much. I mean, there's so much gunfire and explosions and everything leading up to the Capitol, like you were talking about. You know, I'm sure there was plenty of CG there, but yeah, to your point, it all looked very grounded.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. I mean, just seeing America in ruins is chilling.
Yeah.
You know,
where was it they started from?
Well, they were in New York City, but then for some, I can't remember the reason.
They go a long way.
They couldn't go straight down to
That's
DC.
Right, I remember them talking
they
about
had to go
it was a really
through
long
PA to Pittsburgh, then down south through West Virginia, because they went to Charleston, West Virginia.
Yeah, it's like they had to do a very long outside loop.
And then to come in from there.
That's right, yeah.
Which means you have to go through Virginia, which they don't mention, to get to DC. These things are all really, because we live in this area, we're very aware of the geography of this area. But
we're not far outside of DC.
So, but yeah, I mean, the way I explained it, I guess it makes sense. But it made it a longer trip for them than it would normally be if you just went straight south to DC, down 95.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's about it I have for that stuff. I mean,
that's it that I have for cinematography, but I thought it all looked great. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I should say, like, lighting wise, everything felt very just natural. Again, documentary style.
Very natural, yeah.
Not trying to make anything look too overly produced.
Mm-hmm.
But all right. Score, music. I mean, obviously there was definitely a lot of music, like needle drops in this.
That's what it mostly was. Yeah. Well, the first thing that I noticed that really stood out to me was the sound design. I thought was incredible in this, especially later on when you get a lot more of the gunfire and different things happening around them. But it just all felt really real, and in relation to actual sound effects you'd hear and Foley and all this stuff that, you know, you have to reproduce for a film. But it just helped even more to the grounded nature we were talking about. With the needle drops, though, sometimes there was a few that kind of gave me the feel of a little bit of Apocalypse Now, similar type of songs, but then other times not at all. But there was a few moments that just remind me of that. And I guess I don't know, I'd have to see if Alex Garland, if that was something that was inspiration to him, since that is very different context, the film, but it kind of a feel where it is some people following a crew to a destination or a goal. But this is not like a press.
Right.
Although we do see, actually in Apocalypse Now, we do see the whole camera crew. But that was for like the live TV or something, right? Yeah. But anyway, so I thought about that also. But actual score, I don't really have any notes because there wasn't much.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't either because, nothing stood out.
What about the sound design, though? Did that?
Yeah, well, like I mentioned that up at the top.
Yeah, you did. That's right.
But because I really liked the way they played with sound when they were back and forth of showing photos and not, and just kind of like that kind of when they're like almost like they're locked in and they're doing their thing. It's almost like a little bit of everything kind of starts to disappear because you almost have to like disassociate at some level so you can even go the places you need to go to take the photos you need to take. And so they kind of gave it that feeling. I think that sound design played a huge role in that. And it is interesting. Like, I mean, obviously never been around gunfire in a war, filming anything, but definitely film some things that sometimes like medical stuff and things that are kind of gross, but like if you're looking through a camera, you're separating yourself from it at a level, and it feels like more like you're watching on TV, even though you're there in person. That it would be way worse if I had to look at it with my naked eyes versus through the camera.
Very true.
And I think that's a little bit what they're kind of doing there is you're able to like lock into what you're doing, and then kind of helps drown out some of the other stuff.
Yeah, great point.
Cool. Well, what about themes and messages then?
Yeah, I imagine this is what Alex Garland was thinking also, and maybe the reason why he wanted to make this film. But to me, I just think that just speaking of America, like if all of us in America continue to disagree and become even more divided than we already kind of feel like at the moment in this nation, I think this film will become a reality, unfortunately, in the near future. So like this could be, and I imagine that's why he wanted to write this film. I don't know how long ago he wrote this film, but and I think that's why also I think it was probably very divisive when it came out. Because, I don't know. I just think personally this could become a reality pretty soon.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, something possible.
Yeah, I don't want to think that way, but I think there's a lesson there. In this film, I think that's a huge theme of this film.
So I mean, yeah, don't disagree. It's supposed to be reflecting of where society could go. But I put that the moral collapse goes hand in hand with the collapse of society, like kind of like, just showing like, because there's a lot of things you're just like, oh, and like just things get a little chaotic and people kind of throw some of their morals out the window.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And with that, then society becomes chaotic as well. And I think there's kind of a theme there as well of that, and kind of showing that.
Yeah, very true.
All right, let's do a little trivia.
I think, morals in general, when you're trying to survive in a specific situation, probably a lot of it goes out the window. That seems, you see that many times in this film.
Yeah. So the scene where they have the Christmas like decorations kind of like thing, and then
the Christmas,
and then the snipers to take out the guy that's in the house. They like drive up. Those were not part of the script, and they were just there at the location from something else someone else tried to create, and then it didn't work out, and so he decided to incorporate it to the film.
Oh, wow. Okay. But they don't explain what it was from originally?
They said it was just some kind of Christmas Wonderland decorations that it says someone had built it as an attraction, decided to leave it up after the attraction was a financial failure. And then they came there to film, and
that's great.
He just left it.
Yeah, why not? It was very cool imagery. Yeah. Save a lot of budget too.
To immerse the actors, the production used full blanks for the gunfire as opposed to half or quarter blanks, resulting in a discharge as loud as real gunfire.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that there's that much of a difference in the sound doing it that way. That's a cool choice.
Well, I didn't even know so Jesse Plemons joined the cast just days before his scene was supposed to be shot due to the original actor dropping out. So who was supposed to be there was Kirsten Dunst, who's his wife. I didn't know they were married.
Yes.
Recommended him to Alex Garland.
I mean, he's good at playing this kind of person. Like Todd from Breaking Bad. Just a psychopath.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So in his scene, he's wearing these grading glasses, which are designed to eliminate all visible wavelengths entering the eyes except for red at different shades or luminance values. This makes it very easy to tell if an object or skin tone is, in his case, is darker or lighter than another at a glance.
Oh, interesting. I was wondering why he was wearing that specifically. But, wow, okay.
So, Alex Garland reported at the premiere that pairing the California and Texas was in part to obfuscate the politics, but importantly that these two states put aside political differences to challenge an unconstitutional fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
So, which, I forgot, but that's, they say they're both working together as the Western, whatever they call them, Western Alliance or something.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Not much else to.
This seems like
Stretch of road with abandoned vehicles and is like there's actually location filmed previously for The Walking Dead.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That seems like something, Walking Dead would use.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering because was our last film, was that 2023 or 2022? I think it's 2023. But either way, I just wondering.
2022.
Okay. Seemed like for the movie, man, seemed like it was probably fairly quick shooting.
Yeah, that would be
time.
It'd be a much simpler production than this.
But even this, a lot of it, I mean, obviously some of the stuff at the end would take a lot longer, but I feel like at least half of this film could have also been shot pretty quick because it's pretty small and self-contained. They're going to different locations, but it's not like there's a bunch of these we set up. You know, it's mainly just our group, and they're just stopping off it. Well, even the one place you said was already there, so it's like they didn't have to do anything with that. Anyway, I was just curious how long this shoot was as well. But
yeah, sometimes we get that in trivia, but nothing in there that I noticed.
But still, definitely is highest budget that he's worked with now.
Correct.
Out of all his films.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Any final thoughts on this film?
No. I don't know. I did really like it, but I don't know if it's a film that I just like would want to watch again. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't bother watching it.
But it's like but I liked it though. It's just it's not a rewatch type of movie. I don't think.
No.
For our last one, not really either though. But
yeah, I don't know that would. Yeah, the first two though. Definitely.
First two, yes, yeah. Those demand more rewatch because they're way more heady sci-fi type films. Yeah.
Well, next film is Warfare.
Yeah.
And then what are we gonna do after that? When you tell her
We went to we will be doing James Gunn, which also not a very big filmography, but a decent amount. Yeah. So that'll bring us to throughout most of the rest of the year, I want to say. But this last one was really recent. Warfare came out very recently. I believe this was 2025, right?
the
last one?
But I
think it is, because I remember also talking about it on Based or Waste or something. But yeah, this one I'm looking forward to also.
Well, we will.
Technically, this is the last Garland film, but Warfare's on the list because he's still credited as directing it, but it's also another director. So I don't know. When we talk about it, I'm curious what all
went into it.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, audience? Did you see this film? Did you have thoughts and want to share? Do you agree, disagree with us? Let us know. You can do that by emailing at feedback@screentimepod.com or leave a comment on YouTube or send us a DM on other social media. If we'd appreciate if you liked and subscribed on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or both, and YouTube. And you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, right?
Yes.
And if you'd like, you can follow each of us on Instagram. I'm at JYoungBar.
And I'm at Jared Dunbar.
All right, well, we'll catch you guys next time.